This is Adam Taxon. I run the Trump Nation YouTube channel, which now has over 1,000 subscribers. You should subscribe, among many other channels on YouTube. I'm not affiliated with the Trump campaign. I imagine they're happy with the work I do. That's fine. I'm in it for the money. I'm conservative, quite conservative. Probably more conservative than you are, certainly more conservative than Donald Trump is. That said, I have a problem with the fact that so many conservative sources, even those that are not pathetic clickbait attempts, you know what those are, and we won't even get into them. I have a problem with that. So many of them are so darn sloppy in this day and age. Now we're talking right now about this Corey Lewandowski so-called assault of now former Breitbart reporter Michelle Fields' story. You can tell I'm reading that part. Look, the video's out there. You can figure it out for yourself. But the supposedly breaking story just now up on Drudge is that it's a conspiracy of some sort because the state attorney for Palm Beach County is nominally involved in the Hillary Clinton campaign. That state attorney is Dave Aronberg. Full disclosure, I know Dave. I'm friendly with him. We were college classmates. We go back a few decades. I even went to his wedding. Yeah, that's why I'm motivated to make this video. While I can't say I'd vote for Dave at any point, he's a Democrat. I don't vote for Democrats. I have no reason whatsoever to question his total integrity in his work, which throughout his career has basically been nonpartisan, as it is today. Even if he was elected as a Democrat, that's what state attorneys do. They do nonpartisan work for the most part. But my opinion doesn't even matter. The facts speak for themselves. Let me show you the headline that the Drudge Report is going with as of very recently. It says, Corey prosecutor outed as Hillary supporter. That sounds pretty ominous. I'll note that, first of all, Jim Hoft at the Gateway Pundit went with this story yesterday. Then he removed it when he was made aware of the facts, perhaps by yours truly. He never removes stories, but he removed this. That should tell you something right there. I'm not sure that Drudge and, we'll get to Jerome Corsi now. I'm not sure that they're aware of that. But the Drudge headline links to a story by WorldNetDaily reporter Jerome Corsi, who's a veteran of the industry and really should know better. Here's the problem with Corsi's work. His story contradicts his headline. You can see the story right here. Lewandowski prosecutor outed as Hillary supporter, put on Florida Democratic Party's campaign endorsing council. But you look at the story, it includes this information. Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Aronberg's office hasn't yet weighed in on what it will do. Bob McGovern reported in the Boston Herald on Wednesday. That's not really much room for error there. It's pretty contradictory of the headline. I don't know what's going on. Maybe someone else at WorldNetDaily wrote it, but they haven't done it yet. It was done by the Jupiter Police Department. There's not the coordination that goes on there. But, I think Aronberg's statement on his Facebook page pretty much speaks for itself, and let me read it to you there. Here's my statement regarding the charges against Corey Lewandowski by the Jupiter Police Department. Some media outlets have reported that this office has brought charges against Corey Lewandowski, campaign manager for Donald Trump. These reports are false. Our office has taken no action against Mr. Lewandowski. The matter, is it Lewandowski or Lewandowski? I've heard both. Again, I'm not with the campaign. I should know these things, but I don't. The matter was investigated and charged by the Jupiter Police Department, not this office. We will await the file from the Jupiter Police Department and make a decision on how to proceed in this matter before Mr. Lewandowski's May 4th arraignment. Law enforcement charges on a probable cause standard. By the way, you missed the word R in there, Dave. The state has to proceed on a legally higher standard of proof, which is beyond a reasonable doubt, as well as whether there is a reasonable likelihood of a conviction. At this point, our office has not received the case. Pretty straightforward. Let me just add a few things from my personal input here. Dave Aronberg, and I do talk to him regularly. He's a friend. We've made a number of videos, mostly about the Miami Dolphins through the years. He doesn't know Hillary Clinton. I asked him that. She wouldn't have a clue who he is. He met her once, 10, 15 years ago. He doesn't even know when. He's an elected Democrat official. Sometimes such people say yes to being on lists of 150 people in a political season. And I think the report yesterday, which was removed, was that he's in her inner circle, which is obviously garbage. She doesn't even know who he is. Talking about him like he's Sidney Blumenthal or something. And yeah, Dave Aronberg's a Democrat. Well, from my standpoint, give him credit for actually calling himself a Democrat rather than being a rhino, which, by the way, might have made things easier for him to advance to a state office. The guy's ambitious. It probably would have been easier for him to be a moderate Republican in Florida, all things considered, which wouldn't be that far from his politics. I respect people who call themselves Democrats more than people who call themselves Republicans and stand for things I abhor. But 3 more things. 1, why would Hillary, in an effort to defeat Trump, push something that would so obviously lead to sympathy and a hell of a lot more votes for the Trump campaign? And you may have heard Hillary has some legal issues of her own right now, to put it mildly. Do you think she would remotely touch a scheme like this at this point? 2, Dave Aronberg's worked extremely hard his whole life, from his days in a public high school in South Miami until the present day, to get himself in the position he's now in. Do you think he'd be so stupid to put that all in jeopardy for something so ridiculous? And 3, I can't believe Jerome Corsi, a journalistic genius like you, didn't figure this out. Dave Aronberg went to Harvard Law School. That information is right out there. I think it's in your article. He's 44 years old. Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's someone else who has an interest, in fact, a more current interest in bringing Trump down, that Aronberg, Harvard Law School, 44 years old, might personally know? Why would you even suspect it would be Hillary behind it rather than Ted Cruz, whom Aronberg actually knows to some extent? But not that Ted Cruz was behind this. No one was behind this. Aronberg's not involved. The reason I only bring that up is to show how stupid you all are. Anyhow, that's about all I have to say. This is Adam Paxson at Trump Nation.